Morning Stampers, it's Meg from LovenStamps, and I have my Santa hat here to remind me to tell you that there are 2 awesome sales going on today, so make sure you, make sure you take advantage of those. They are while supplies last, and yesterday's LovenStamps Holiday Helper was a very thorough walkthrough of the entire special sale for the year-end closeout. So we have all these things that are going to be retiring on January 4th, and we'll be sad to see them go. Morning, Tanya. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Kathy. Happy you guys are here this morning. Anyway, we'll be sad to see those things go, but they'll make way for new things, which we'll also love. And in the meantime, Stampin' Up! Is discounting many of those retiring items between 30 and 50% off. So you're going to want to download that list. Oh, it's over there to do that. But I'm going to show you a couple things this morning, and I have 2 more surprise announcements to share with you, okay? So 2 more surprises and some tips for organizing and a project. Oh, Tanya, I'm so glad you found the spreadsheet helpful. I really liked having it organized that way and fit on one page so it's printable. And yeah, the link is in yesterday's video if you want to download that from it's also on the LovenStamps Facebook page, so check that out. Okay, all right, you guys ready for the first tip? The first tip is that when I have a lot of things going on for holiday projects and so forth, I find that batching is my go-to, it's a lifesaver, right? So I'm gonna swing my camera over here and show you just a couple things here so you can kind of see how I do this. But basically, when I have a number of projects, I feel like there's pieces everywhere and have I cut for this and what am I doing? I have a couple batching tips that I'm gonna show you that will really help to make your life easier. So, all right, we'll see how smooth this is. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so here are some of my batching containers. So here is one right here. And this might look familiar because these are some of the cards. I'm going to show you one of these today, and I posted one last week and more are coming. These are the, can we come down here? The LovenStamps monthly tutorials. But in here I have my ink, I have my stamps if they're mounted. A note about those, if you have rubber, so red rubber stamps, you want to be careful about them. You don't want to put anything on top because if you place like an ink pad over that red rubber stamp, it can compress over time. Oh, look, see, I've done no, they're pretty well supported. It can compress over time and then you won't necessarily get a really clean image when you stamp that. So watch that. And I keep all my blends in there. Ooh. Okay, so that'll remind me to tell you about the next special for today, and that is that there was a surprise clearance rack refresh, which we didn't know was coming, so that's pretty exciting, and it means that you can pick up a number of retired Stampin' Blends for like $1, under $2. So yeah, make sure you look at those because both the clearance rack and the year-end are while supplies last. Okay, so next one includes a sneak peek. This is my batching bucket for something that I send out every year. So if you're one of my longtime customers, you'll know about that. And those will be coming soon, which brings me to my second surprise. And that is that I am going to do December order thank you gift boxes. So if you place an order in December, that is at least $50 or more, then you'll be getting, I was going to call it a gift bag, but it's actually going to have to be a gift box because it doesn't all fit in a bag. So you'll be getting a LovenStamps gift box from me. So keep an eye out for those if you're placing your order in my store for more than $50. Also, I sent an email about that this morning. So if you're not on my email list, make sure you subscribe to my email newsletters. You can do that here on the Facebook page. There should be a link to sign up for a newsletter. Or if you go to my website at LovenStamps.com, there's links to sign up for my newsletter there. Okay, you ready? Next batching bucket with also a sneak peek is this one. And this is for some demonstrator swap cards that I'm doing this month. So here, I'll give you a little sneak peek of that. These are upcoming products from the next catalog. So anyway, so that's my little batching lesson. I find it so much easier. Ooh, you're like really close to me. I find it so much easier to have things organized that way so that I can find what I want and when I want it. So, okay, so speaking of, we're gonna grab our batching box for this Raccoon card, and I will give you some tips on making this sweet little guy here. So one of the things I love about this project is that it is a total mashup between the cartoon style and the Feels Like Frost Photoreal Designer Series paper. So let's come down here. And thank you to everybody who's already placed their order this morning. You guys are, okay, one person gets the award for placing their order at 2 a.m. So I'm pretty impressed. All right, so here are the pieces in this card. And this paper here, like I said, is the Feels Like Frost paper. It's on the retiring list, so it's while supplies last. I hope that you will be able to grab some. And every piece in the paper packet is silver foiled on one side with a pattern and photoreal on the other. And the stamp set that we're using with this doesn't really jump out as like photoreal because it is the Freezin Fun cartoon set. So those two style mashups actually come together really well, I think. So let's go ahead and get stamping here. I have this piece of Whisper White that's going to go inside our card. I have a piece of Seaside Spray, sheesh, couldn't remember for a second, and a piece of Purple Posy. And remember, this Purple Posy paper is the one that is not available as an ink pad. It's only available as paper, marker, and blend. So it's an in color that will be, gosh, man, in 6 months we'll be saying goodbye to it. So, all right, and then I'm gonna take my photo paper and mount this here. Sometimes you want to be a little bit more, give it a little more oomph when you're applying your adhesive to this, because when there's a lot of foiling on the paper, the adhesive doesn't super grab, okay? All right, so we have our background set. Now, we want our, let's turn this way. We want our little raccoon to be sliding down a hill. So I'm gonna take my die here from the Freezin Fun dies. These guys are 30% off in the online store. Of course, that's while supplies last too. So you can save some on that. So when you're buying the Freezin Fun supplies so that you can make this project, you don't really wanna buy the bundle because it's only at 10% off. The year-end closeout has the dies at 30% off. I think it'll save you like an extra 5 a.m. Tanya, you know it was. All right, so I'm gonna take this little curvy edge die, which I love. Let me tell you why. This curvy edge die, let's see if I can show you better here, has 2 dotted lines on it. So when you cut something with this, you're gonna end up with a dotted cut line on both pieces of the paper. So see, like this one was cut here and it has the dotted line. The one on the other side also has a dotted line, which means that you can use both pieces. So, and I have one more Freezin Fun project to show you that features that, and that one will be coming to LovenStamps Holiday Helper soon. All right, so we're gonna take our vellum here. Now here is a secret about vellum. Not so secret and unpleasant to find out if it's too late. You cannot put adhesive on the back of this without it showing through. So creative layering will help you piece this together. So what we're gonna do is we are going to stamp our raccoon, and let's see, I have our bunny is on our black here, so I'm gonna stamp my raccoon. And I'm gonna show you one more sneak peek here of the, there we go. I'm gonna show you another sneak peek here of the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine. So, all right, like I said, my Memento black pad is in my batching box there so that I'm keeping those organized. If you missed that part of the tip, you might wanna go back and check that out. But I'm gonna just open up my mini stamp and cut and emboss. This is not available yet for general ordering. It is available for demonstrator pre-order. So I just needed to find the pads I want. If you're not sure which ones to use, all you have to do is read the directions on them. So it says right there which ones to use. And so that makes it pretty simple. And my tip for this is to use a little bit of washi tape. I just keep it handy. And then I don't have to work so hard to keep my dies in place. So I'll do it over here so I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna line this up. And maybe I seem pretty normal to you guys this morning. maybe I seem a little crazy, but I've been ordering delivery coffee to support a friend's daughter who's starting a business, and I feel like there was a lot more caffeine in the one that I had this morning, so all right. Anyway, so mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss, super handy to have right while you're stamping, and you can get this as a part of your demonstrator starter kit. So if it's something you've been thinking about, getting the demonstrator starter kit and shopping at a discount for your own supplies, there's nothing that says you have to have parties or take orders from people, but you can get this now as part of that starter kit. So let me know if you're interested in that, because it is super handy. I'm really loving it. I didn't honestly know if I would find it all that useful, but it has been quite handy. So, all right. So here is my little raccoon guy, and he needs some color. So I'm gonna grab my blend here, and I think we're gonna do, there's a lot of rose in the background, so we're gonna use Rococo Rose, and then we're gonna use Crumb Cake to do his little sled. And this actually makes for some pretty quick coloring. So his body is going to be the lighter of Smoky Slate. I love the Smoky Slate grays. They turn out to be useful for a lot of different things. So for all of the projects, oops, I just colored that the wrong one. That's okay, it'll get covered up. For all the projects for the LovenStamps monthly tutorials, any size order in my store, this month you'll get that PDF. Let's see, there are some special ways that demonstrators on my team can also get it. So LovenStamps's demonstrators, if you're watching, then can ask me about that, or check your newsletter, your LovenStamps newsletter. That's the name of my demonstrator team. We've been watching 70s music videos with my kids, and kind of funny to see those things. So, okay, and then I'm gonna color his darker parts here with the darker Smoky Slate, and we'll cover up his little cute mask here. All right. Morning, guys. Hey, Christine. Hey, Vicky. Okay, and then we're gonna give his scarf a color, and this one I'm gonna add just a little dimension to. So tip for this, I'm gonna do my light color Rococo Rose every place. And if you're making these cards based on the tutorials, you'll see some tips for some of these things. So light all over, and then I'm gonna cover his little ears, center, and his little pink nose. And then to give that the dimension, we're gonna use the darker, and we're going to put a little shadow here underneath his chin, okay, because he would kind of shadow there, and the place where the scarf ties, and then on the underside of his scarf. So there we go, and that gives it a little more dimension. And then up here where his hat contacts his head, and then on the underside there, okay? See how that makes it kind of jump out a little? All right, and then sled, we're gonna go back and add some color to this, and I feel like I'm not doing a great job coloring upside down, but we're hanging in there. Okay, and then for the sled, I like to kind of take advantage. It doesn't really have color here lines like a pencil sketch drawing style would, but it has some helpful ones for us. So any place where there's like a line in the boards, I'm just gonna go here and add a little extra shading. And then also on the sides of the sled, those edges, a little bit under where he's sitting. And then kind of down here at the bottom, this runner that's underneath would be shaded a little. So we've got that. Okay, so we have our little guy colored. So Stamp and Blend, super helpful for that. And again, if you missed it, the clearance rack refresh that posted today has a whole bunch of retired Stamp and Blends colors on it. They're still stamping up colors that are current, so it's a great time to snap them up. All right, so we talked about where to position this. So I'm gonna take a look here, and I'm going to pop a Stampin' Dimensional, which is in my drawer handy. So if you haven't watched those organizational videos from really early in the LovenStamps tutorial series, you're gonna wanna check those out. Right, Tanya? Did they help? Okay, so what I did is I put my dimensional on the back, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop our guy here. He's kind of going downhill. And what that did is it stuck him to my piece of vellum, and ta-da, it tells me exactly where I can pop my adhesive on the vellum without it showing through. So I've got that on there now, and I can line up my cute raccoon and go ahead and stick that down. Now, I know that there's no adhesive under the edges of the vellum, but honestly, it's really not a big deal, okay? All right, so we have also the little wee that goes with this. So I'm gonna stamp this onto a little scrap of Whisper White, and good thing there's a lot of it. Stamp it again and get a little bit nicer image. And then I'm going to grab my paper snips, again from my handy tool drawer, and pop that open. So if you don't have a place where you stamp that has drawers handy, that's okay. You can certainly organize your stuff. Bucket batching is still really helpful. And you can also kind of get yourself a tote of some kind that always has the things that you want in it. Your scissors, your adhesive, those basics. All right, so I have this, and I'm gonna pop it up on a Stampin' Dimensional. That's a little too wide, so I'm gonna grab an edge here and pop this one over. So we're gonna stick this here. Whee! Okay, we're not quite done yet. I'm gonna add some adhesive-backed snowflakes. So I was right. This is like the first item I think to sell out from the retiring list. So these are no longer available, which is super sad. But the good news is that in your card kits to go, you will get the ones you need for the card kits. If you're placing an order, LovenStamps store order, and you get to the $50 mark, you'll be getting 2 card kits, and the snowflakes you need will be included. If you really wanted these and you missed them in the clearance rack or in the retiring products list, there are snowflake sequins. They come in a little container, and they're really cute too, and you could glue them yourself. These were just kind of nice and easy. All right, and then on the inside of our card, the greeting that I love with this is this one that says, "Sending warmth your way." And I never glue my greeting on the inside if I can help it until after I've stamped, just in case. Nah, it's a little crooked. Just in case it gets crooked. Okay, here is a tip. I know people have trouble lining up their stamps sometimes for getting things straight. So what I'm gonna show you is I have my grid paper here, and I'm gonna go ahead and stamp my stamp where I think it would be straight. And instead of being straight, it ended up cocked this direction. You kind of see that? So now I know that instead of doing my stamp straight, I should angle it just a little that way. And it's so much easier to get a straight message. So instead of straight, I'm gonna angle it just a little that way. And it's better. Yeah, definitely better. So, okay, pardon me, my poor dog, Pepper, wants to go out. Okay, Pepper. Sometimes she's happy to be in here when I hang out with you guys in the morning, and sometimes she really wants to be gone. So I have another strip of Designer Series paper. I think I'm gonna use this side, and go ahead and keep on rolling. Oops. And pop this here on the edge of my card. So this is from the Feels Like Frost paper too, which also I would not be surprised if it sold out. So don't wait too long on that one. All right, and then I'm gonna put some adhesive here on the back of my paper and forward a teeny bit. There we go. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna pop that inside our card. Okay. So there we have our very cute Freezin Fun card. And let's see, so the 3 things that I wanted to, 4 things, I guess, that I wanted to make sure I told you about this morning. One was bucket batching. So organize your projects so that they're easy to pull out, put away, reposition if you're putting them in a different order. The second was the year-end closeout has started. So those sale things are available now, and you want to get those because they're some of the best price items will maybe sell out first. 3 is the surprise clearance rack refresh, and I posted a little how to find the clearance rack on my on LovenStamps Facebook page this morning. So if you're not sure how to find that in the new online store, there's a little tip tutorial graphic there And then 4 is LovenStamps December gift boxes. So if your order is at least $50 or more, not only do you get normal LovenStamps perks items, card kits to go, etc., which actually are in the mail. I know some people have started to get those from their November orders, so hope you guys have fun with those. But in December, you're going to get the normal stuff and also some product gift, first crack at the new catalogs, a project item, a treat of some kind, and you can either use that, so it can be my treat to you if you want, or you can turn around and share that with somebody else as a quick holiday pick-me-up. And you'll also get my annual LovenStamps gift that I send to my customers. So if you are not placing an order in December and you are still one of my Stampin' Up! Customers, you've ordered at least $50 from me sometime in the last year, in the 2020, then your catalog will be coming too. Those will mail just a little bit later in December. And I have a treat for you, the treat that I send annually also. So, all right, guys. That is it. I'll let you go because I know you want to go check out the clearance rack and the sale stuff. Let me know if you have any questions or any trouble. There's a host code which is in the description for this video. Remember, if you're ordering the supplies for the card that we did today, our little Freezin Fun Raccoon guy, you will want to order the dies and the stamps separate, not as a bundle, because since these are 30% off right now while supplies last, they'll be a little cheaper, about $5 or $6 to get them separated. So woohoo, right? Okay, guys, thanks so much. Let me know if you have any questions. And I started to say about the host code. If your order is over $150, don't use the host code. Make sure you're still shopping with me so that you get LovenStamps perks and stuff for your order. You can check that usually at the very top of the screen. It'll say shopping with Meg Loven. Or if you're ordering on a mobile device, sometimes it's down at the very, very bottom. You can see that. So make sure you're still shopping with me. But if your order is over $150, you not only get all the goodies from me, but you also get to pick Stampin' Rewards with your order. And it'll have a little icon that says redeem as Stampin' Rewards. So you'll get to see that. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help. Thank you guys for stamping with me this morning. And I have another holiday helper planned for tomorrow morning. You guys are going to love it. So. All right, thanks, Meg. I'm Mrs. Claus. Oh, here. Yeah, I'll put on my, Kathy says I'm Mrs. Claus. I can't have my hair clip on. Okay, there we go. Is that more Mrs. Claus-ish? Thanks so much, guys. Happy stamping. Have a great day.